And so, just to kind of get into the idea, when we are faced with a problem, any kind of problem, a real life problem, a math problem, any kind of situation, what's the first step that you have to do in order to solve a problem?
Understand the question.
Right? The very first thing we have to do before we can make any kind of progress at all is understand the situation, right? So the very first step, we need to completely understand the problem. We need to know exactly what's going on, what is important, what's not important, what do we need to know, what do we not need to know, all these kinds of issues. All right, once we understand the problem, what's next? What do you have to do next? Think about real life situations. Something comes up, something's happened, now you understand what's going on. What do you do next?
Think about a solution.
Yeah, we think about a solution before we do something, right? We have to think about a solution. So we think about all the possible approaches we could take. What could we do? So the next step might be something like devise a plan.
Well, the camera turned itself off.
You turn yourself off? The plan, and now what is he doing? He devised a plan like, oh, I'm going to plug this in, right? That was the plan. So, what was that? He's doing the plan, right? He's executing the plan. Now,
We're troubleshooting.
right now, what is he doing? He's executed the plan. Now he's well, checking to see if it's working, right? Evaluating the plan. See, did it work out, right? Now he's in the process of looking back to see whether the plan that he just executed, did it fix the problem? It couldn't have been better timing than anything, right? So, did it work?
Should we get together?
I see a green light. Okay, so what happens? There was a problem. Took a couple of seconds to understand what the problem was. Devised a plan, executed that plan, and now he's looking back and checking to see, did it really solve the problem? Okay, so
I'm just making sure that it stays on.
So these are the steps that we do in real life, even, right? But do we think about them? No, we just kind of do things, right? Okay, so with problem solving, and what the purpose of today and what the purpose of this course that we're talking about is getting better at paying attention to these steps. Okay, so we understand the problem, we devise a plan, we execute that plan, then we look back, we check our execution, we check our plan itself, we check, did it really solve the problem? And it seems that in this case, it did. Now, can we take anything else from that? Another thing that we take from that is when we look back, we don't just look back, but we look around as well, and we say, okay, are there other similar problems that I have just solved? Right, so what happens? Well, next time, with that camera at least, we know when it dies, the battery bar isn't actually accurate, right? So it was showing 2 bars, and then it just dropped to nothing. All right, so we know something, we've solved some other problems, at least about that camera. Have we solved other problems about other things? Maybe, right? It's something to at least think about. Okay, so just really quickly,